Demonstration of internal democracy, and it has been going very well according to plan. This is politics, grassroots politics, where every member of the party has a right to participate and be involved. This to ensure that we have an internal democracy and it's peaceful and well organized.
Your Excellency, you gave the state governors the permission to go ahead and organize an acceptable primaries across the country. Are you satisfied with the process so far?
So today, I am very satisfied, very, very satisfied that these governors, they've done well in their various states. To far from the world congresses to local government congresses to the delegate accreditation, validation, members register, and certification of the electoral process. It has been on very well. At least you will score democracy at a high level.
These people are showing massive support for you, Mr. President. What do you say to them?
I'm just excited. They challenge me more.
Yesterday, President Tinubu stepped into the grassroots. Some Nigerians cheered, some boiled with rage, and most just watched with empty stomachs and tired eyes. On Raw Politics NG today, we are not picking a side. We are picking apart the truth, because Nigeria deserves more than praise singers and more than blind critics. Stay with me. President Tinubu made a grassroots appearance yesterday, meeting with everyday Nigerians at the community level. Supporters celebrated it as a sign that the president is connected to the people, accessible, and hands-on with governance. But the visit landed in the middle of one of the most economically painful seasons in recent Nigerian history. And that contrast is impossible to ignore. Now, why his supporters are not wrong? His supporters might not be wrong because of these few points. Let's be intellectually honest. There are legitimate arguments in Tinubu's favor. Point one is grassroots visits signal political accessibility. Many Nigerian presidents have been accused of being detached from ordinary people, governing from Aso Rock like it's a fortress. The fact that Tinubu is going to the grassroots, regardless of motive, is a form of democratic visibility that matters. A president who is seen among the people, even symbolically, is harder to paint as completely disconnected. That's point one. Point two, the fuel subsidy removal was necessary, even if painful. This is the argument his economic team will always fall back on, and it has merit worth acknowledging. Nigeria was spending over 10 trillion naira annually on fuel subsidies, money that was largely being stolen, smuggled across borders, and enjoyed more by the wealthy who own multiple cars than by the poor who use public transport. Removing it, in theory, was the right long-term economic decision. The pain being felt today is partly the cost of correcting decades of economic distortion. The argument is not wrong. The execution, however, is a different conversation entirely. Point three, some reforms are beginning to show structural improvement. Foreign exchange unification while brutal at first, has stabilized the parallel market rate to some degree. Foreign investors are slowly showing renewed interest in Nigeria. The CBN under Cardoso has taken more orthodox monetary policy positions. There are real, if slow moving developments. Rome was not built in a day, and neither is economic reform. Point 4. Tinubu inherited a broken system. To be fair, Tinubu did not create Nigeria's poverty. He inherited debt, infrastructure deficit, insecurity, and an oil sector in decline. Buhari left the economy in critical condition. Some of what Nigerians are suffering today are roots that got back to 10 to 20 years. Now, having argued for his supporters who were hailing him at the grassroots appearance, now we go to the people to the other side who were who were furious and angry. There are also reasons why the anger of those who are angry is completely justified, and I will outline it in these few points. Number one, hunger is not talking point. It is a daily reality. It is not a talking point. Hunger is a daily reality in Nigeria. As of 2025 till now, Nigeria has overtaken many countries to rank among the top nations with the highest number of food insecure people in the world. The UN World Food Programme flagged that over 30 million Nigerians face acute food insecurity. This is not opposition propaganda. These are international humanitarian statistics. When a man cannot feed his children, a presidential grassroots visit does not fill that plate. And the rage Nigerians feel watching their president smile and wave while they calculate whether they can afford gari and granite is not bitterness. It is a legitimate human response. Number two, the cost of living has become unbearable. Let's put real numbers on the table. A bag of rice that cost 22,000 naira in 2023 now costs 80 to 90,000 naira. Cooking gas that was 5,000 naira is now 15 to 20,000 naira. Electricity tariffs have been hiked by over 300% for band A customers. Transportation costs have tripled following fuel subsidy removal. These are not political figures. These are market prices that every Nigerian woman, trader, student, and civil servant faces every single morning. Number three, the palliatives were a national embarrassment. When the subsidy was removed, Nigerians were promised palliatives, cash transfers, compressed natural gas buses, food distribution. What followed was one of the most poorly executed relief programs in Nigerian history. The cash transfers were delayed, exclusionary, and woefully inadequate. The CNG buses are still largely invisible on Nigerian roads. The food items released from strategic reserves were reported in multiple states to have been diverted, hoarded, or sold. You cannot inflict economic surgery on 220 million people and then hand them a bandage and call it support. Now, number four, grassroots visits without policy relief are political theater. This is the sharpest critique, and it needs to be said plainly. When a president visits the grassroots without announcing concrete relief, no price control policy, no emergency food intervention, no salary review for workers, no plan to crash the cost of cooking gas, then the visit is not governance. It is optics. It is a photo opportunity designed to manufacture the feeling of connection without the substance of impact. And Nigerians, especially the poor, have seen this script too many times to be moved by it alone. Number five, the timing raises political questions. 2027 is approaching. Grassroots mobilization is the foundation of Nigerian electoral politics. The question every analytical mind must ask is this visit about governing or campaigning? There is a thin line between a president connecting with his people and a politician reminding his base that he exists. Given Uzodima's recent statement about APC's 2027 strategy, which we broke down in our last video, this visit fits a pattern of early political ground preparation more than it fits a pattern of responsive governance. Beyond the politics of praise and fury, here's the real conversation. Nigeria's crisis is structural, not just political. No single president, not Tinubu, not any opposition figure waiting in the wings can fix Nigeria with visits and speeches. What Nigeria needs is one, a functional social safety net indexed to inflation, not political convenience. Agricultural investment at scale to crash food prices from the supply side. Power sector reform with real consequences. Darkness is killing SMEs and driving up generator costs that feed into every price Nigerians pay. Anti-corruption enforcement with teeth, because every naira is stolen is a meal taken from a Nigerian child. Wage review tied to cost of living. The minimum wage conversation is already outdated the moment it is announced. The question is not whether Tinubu visited the grassroots. The question is, when he left, did anything change? Tinubu's supporters are not wrong to acknowledge the complexity of governance. His critics are not wrong to demand more than visibility. Both can be true at the same time. But here is what raw politics NG will always say. A government that cannot be measured by the hunger levels of its poorest citizen is not a government, it is performance. Nigeria does not need a president who visits the grassroots. Nigeria needs a president whose policies make the grassroots visit him through prosperity, dignity, and a life worth living. So we ask you today, are you in the camp that sees yesterday's visit as a genuine connection, or do you see it as political groundwork for 2027? Drop your honest answer in the comments. No insults, no tribalism, just raw political truth. Subscribe to Raw Politics. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe, share, and like. Thank you.